On August 1st, 2025, a quiet yet monumental milestone passed in the world of technology. Tim Cook officially surpassed Steve Jobs as Apple's longest serving CEO, marking 5,091 days at the helm of one of the world's most influential companies. This symbolic moment closes one chapter and opens another in Apple's leadership saga, and it invites reflection on how this iconic company has evolved under two very different but equally impactful leaders. When Cook took over on August 24, 2011, it was amid uncertainty and high expectations. Steve Jobs, the visionary co-founder who defined the brand with revolutionary products like the iPhone and iPad, had just stepped down due to health reasons. Jobs' legacy loomed large, two CEO tenures totaling 5,090 days, blending innovation with charismatic leadership. Now, Cook has edged past that record, proving his staying power in a fast-paced industry. But Tim Cook's leadership style and contributions are uniquely his own. While Jobs was a master of disruptive hardware innovation, delivering game-changing devices that rewrote the rules, Cook has steered Apple into a new era focused on ecosystem integration, custom silicon, wearables, and mixed reality technologies like the Vision Pro headset. The company's product line under Cook is broader, more interconnected, and more services driven than ever before. Speaking of services, this has been one of Cook's quiet revolutions. Under his watch, Apple's services division has blossomed into a massive revenue generator, from Apple Music and TV Plus to Apple Pay and Apple Fitness Plus. The services ecosystem now accounts for over $100 billion in annual revenue, transforming Apple from a pure hardware giant into a tech powerhouse hybrid of devices and digital subscriptions. Financially, Cook's tenure has been nothing short of historic. Building on the comeback foundation Jobs laid in the 2000s, Cook expanded Apple's reach globally, achieving a jaw-dropping $3 trillion market capitalization in 2022, making Apple the most valuable company in history. He also spearheaded strategic acquisitions like Beats and Shazam, diversifying Apple's portfolio and strengthening its market dominance worldwide. Yet with this longevity comes questions. Tim Cook is now 64 years old and shows no signs of slowing down. However, there's no publicly known successor in sight, and rumors swirl about whether Cook might take on an even larger role as chairman. As Apple moves deeper into AI, spatial computing, and new frontiers of innovation, the tech world is watching. Who will lead Apple next? And how will the company's identity evolve once the longest reign in its history ends? In today's video, we'll explore this leadership milestone from every angle. Cook's record-breaking tenure, how his legacy compares with Jobs, the rise of Apple's services empire, the company's financial ascent under Cook, and what the future might hold for one of the world's most iconic brands. On August 1st, 2025, Tim Cook quietly crossed a significant milestone in Apple's history. He became the company's longest-serving CEO, officially surpassing Steve Jobs with 5,091 days in the role. This achievement may seem like just a number on the calendar, but it symbolizes the deep transformation Apple has undergone since Cook took over the reins on August 24th, 2011. To put this into perspective, Steve Jobs' leadership was divided into two key periods. First as interim CEO for 841 days, then as official CEO for 4,249 days, totaling 5,090 days. Jobs was the charismatic founder and visionary who engineered Apple's dramatic comeback in the late 1990s and early 2000s, introducing groundbreaking products like the iMac, iPod, and iPhone. Cook stepped in amid uncertainty following Jobs' resignation due to illness, with the tech world unsure if Apple could continue innovating at the same pace. What Cook's longevity demonstrates is his ability to stabilize and expand Apple's empire. His leadership style, often described as measured and operationally focused, contrasts with Jobs' sometimes mercurial genius. Yet Cook has navigated Apple through complex global challenges, including supply chain disruptions, regulatory pressures, and rapid technological shifts, all while maintaining record-breaking revenue and profit growth. Cook's tenure is also marked by strategic boldness, from pushing into wearables and services to investing heavily in Apple Silicon, giving the company control over its chip destiny. Surpassing Jobs' record is a historic moment, not just because of its length, but because Cook's impact has reshaped Apple's business model and global footprint in ways Jobs could only have imagined. The record is a testament to enduring leadership and Apple's ability to adapt, a new chapter that is still unfolding. Steve Jobs and Tim Cook represent two distinct but complementary eras of innovation at Apple. Jobs was the disruptive force, a product visionary who created new technology categories that transformed industries. His era brought us the iMac, which revolutionized personal computers, the iPod, which changed how we consume music, and the iPhone, arguably the most influential consumer device of the 21st century. Jobs' genius lay in his obsession with design, user experience, and creating devices that were both functional and beautiful. He defined the very identity of Apple as a brand synonymous with innovation and style. Tim Cook's tenure, while less flamboyant, has been no less transformative, though in different ways. Cook has championed ecosystem integration, weaving together hardware, software, and services into a seamless user experience. His era saw the rise of the Apple Watch, which created the wearable computing market, AirPods that defined wireless audio, and Apple Silicon, a strategic shift bringing chip design in-house to boost performance and efficiency. The recent launch of the Vision Pro mixed reality headset signals Apple's push into augmented and virtual reality, an ambitious new frontier. While Jobs excelled at inventing game-changing devices, Cook's genius has been about scaling and expanding Apple's ecosystem to lock in users and grow revenue across multiple product lines. Both leaders reshaped technology and culture, but their legacies differ. Jobs as the architect of breakthrough hardware, Cook as the builder of a vast, interconnected platform. Behind Apple's hardware brilliance is a powerful and growing software and services engine, a revolution that has largely unfolded under Tim Cook's leadership. While Steve Jobs laid the foundations with iTunes, Mac OS X, Safari, iOS, and the App Store, it was Cook who fully capitalized on the potential of software and services to create a diversified business model. Cook's era brought pivotal innovations like the Swift programming language, which revolutionized app development by making it faster and easier. Apple Pay transformed the mobile payment landscape, pioneering secure contactless transactions. More recently, Apple Intelligence represents a renewed focus on artificial intelligence, dramatically improving Siri and powering new user experiences. The launch of subscription services, including Apple Music, TV Plus, News Plus, Arcade, and Fitness Plus, has created a lucrative services ecosystem. Apple's services segment now generates over $100 billion annually, making it a major profit driver and a stabilizing force amid fluctuating hardware sales. This subscription-based model deepens customer loyalty and broadens Apple's market beyond just devices. Under Cook, Apple has evolved into a hybrid tech company, blending hardware with software and services, enabling long-term growth and resilience. This silent revolution has shifted the company's identity and financial strategy, positioning Apple for sustained success in a rapidly evolving digital economy. Steve Jobs saved Apple from near bankruptcy and set it on the path to become a tech giant in the 2000s. Tim Cook transformed that comeback into a global empire, overseeing unprecedented growth and market dominance. A landmark moment came in 2022 when Apple hit a staggering $3 trillion market capitalization, a feat unmatched by any other company. Cook's global vision included aggressive international expansion and product diversification. Unlike Jobs, who avoided large acquisitions, Cook embraced strategic deals such as the Beats Electronics acquisition, which strengthened Apple's position in music streaming, and the Shazam purchase, bolstering Apple Music's discovery features. Today, Apple boasts over 2 billion active devices worldwide, and its services are available in more than 175 countries. This massive installed base and expanding ecosystem create a network effect, making Apple's products and services nearly indispensable to millions. Cook's leadership emphasizes operational excellence, mastering global supply chains, investing in renewable energy, and navigating geopolitical tensions, all of which have fortified Apple's position as the world's most valuable company. His tenure represents the pinnacle of corporate scale, innovation, and financial success in modern history. At 64 years old, Tim Cook continues to lead Apple with vigor and vision, but questions about succession naturally arise in a company of this scale and influence. To date, Apple has not announced a clear successor, fueling speculation within the tech industry and investor circles about what happens when Cook eventually steps down. Rumors have surfaced that Cook may also take on the role of chairman, consolidating leadership and influence during this transitional period. Apple faces a crucial moment as it navigates the next wave of innovation, particularly in artificial intelligence, spatial computing, and augmented reality. Who will step into Cook's shoes? Will Apple continue its dominance or face disruption from emerging competitors? The next leader must balance legacy with transformation, guiding Apple through an era where technology evolves faster than ever. For now, Cook's reign, the longest in Apple's history, continues, but the question of the company's post Cook future remains one of the most compelling mysteries in tech. Investors, employees, and customers alike watch closely, knowing the company's trajectory will hinge on this leadership transition.